it's Angela and Ryan with LostInReviews.com, and we're here for another week of Blu Monday. Only this week, the big hit's coming out on Friday. Harry Potter! Part 7, Part 2, however you want to call it.
Part 7, Part 2? Let's call it the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Let's call it 7.2.
That's what it's called.
And it's got a hologram cover,
yeah,
which is pretty cool. There's a 3D version, which we don't have with us today.
Pick your team on the front here.
Yeah, Voldemort or Harry Potter. So this is the end of the end, the one everyone has been waiting for. And so you can go out and you can get this, or there's also like the huge box set.
And there's also a 3D version.
Well, no, I said that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for those of you who have been waiting this whole time to purchase any of these, I would probably go out and just get the big box set because they would all match. They'll all have like special features from older films.
Yeah, and the box is pretty cool.
Yeah, the box is always cool. So this one though has tons of special features on it. We've got Maximum Movie Mode, which is a Warner Brothers feature that they do on a lot of movies.
Yeah. In
which you are watching the movie inside of a smaller screen, and there's like people standing out there telling you about the film.
Yeah, it like pulls back, and it kind of has this like 3D look, and you have an actor talking about it, and you've got like 3 screens on there. Now, what I wish is Universal Studios is already copied off of Disney's little handheld screen thing.
The second screen?
Yeah, Disney's second screen. So I wish Maximum Movie Mode would be like that instead of this little like third screen that they have that's like always down in the corner. That would be in your hand.
But
so
this is still cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I enjoy Maximum Movie
Mode.
Mode.
You've got, Neville Longbottom standing there telling you all about it. They go into different things, how they shot the castle. And
how they blew up
How they
Hogwarts.
blew up things. And yeah, different special effects. They kind of go into details if you want to know more about that. There's also lots of special features outside of that, because sometimes these movies with the Maximum Movie Mode, that's all the features are inside of that. So this one is not like that.
Not with the final Harry Potter.
So no, this one has that plus extra lots and lots of different
little featurettes.
Little interviews. You got lots of stuff with J.K. Rowling, which is really cool. There's a whole special feature on the women of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole big thing on the women of Harry Potter, which I liked that a lot. And there's a thing with her and Harry Potter talking, and they've got deleted scenes, which are exciting because with Harry Potter, everyone read the book, so everyone had their preconceived ideas of how the movie should turn out, and this helps a lot. You can see some extra scenes that should have maybe ended up in the film, maybe not, but maybe could make you feel a little better about how it ended it all.
So let's get to the movie. I was kind of disappointed with Part 2 because Part 1 was so dark and just grimy, and people were dying, and we had that little kind of animated interlude with death, and that was dark and kind of grimy. And this one's kind of like going back to the first one where it's all happy and kind of cheery.
Well, you have to keep in mind that this is based on the books that J.K. Rowling wrote, and she had the whole idea in mind, and she wanted it to come full circle. So a lot of the end mimics the beginning.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that in mind. But I do see what you're saying. The Part 1 of the last film had really good pacing because they just let it play out. So it was very dark and dreary, and not a whole lot happened, but there was a lot of characteristic building in that film. Whereas when you get to Part 2, all the wars and the battles are starting up, and it just seems like you're just fast forwarding through all this stuff because there's so much happening.
Especially fast forwarding through the final battle between Harry Potter and Voldemort. These wand battles, they
had a Lord of the Rings vibe.
Yeah, we're all the way to the end, and I still don't feel like we've got to where they're intense.
You just want to see them drop the wands and start punching each other in the face.
Let's get down, man. Potter and Voldemort, round 1.
Well, they kind of did that a little bit when you threw him off a cliff, but... So anyway...
It's just like a minor complaint. I know I'll get killed by Harry Potter
7.2, out and ready.
Yeah, 7.2.
That's what I'm calling it now.
It's got 7.1 audio, so...
But it's Harry Potter, Deathly Potters.
Yeah, so you definitely have to buy this. Though we suggest you just buy the entire collection if you've been waiting.
Definitely.
Because
probably going to be a huge Christmas item, I suspect.
The entire thing.
Coming out at the right time.
Now, this also has ultraviolet digital copy. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that yet. I like to throw the digital copies in my iTunes. But we haven't got to check it out yet because Harry Potter is not yet available as we are doing this review on Ultraviolet.
And it also has something to do with Flickster. Is it a company affiliated with it?
It's a brand new
thing.
It's
a new thing. We'll tell you about it when we know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so buy that. Next up, we have a couple that are already out, so you can actually go out and buy them now. On DVD this week, we have Water for Elephants, which is very shiny in the camera
Yeah,
here.
you were killing the camera right now.
Stars Reese Witherspoon and the guy from Twilight, Robert Pattinson.
And it brags on here. It's like, we've got exclusive stuff with Robert Pattinson. Yeah, he's in the movie. We know.
He stars in it. Also starring Christoph Waltz as the Nemesis, who is fantastic in this film.
Yeah. Christoph Waltz, awesome, and Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah.
Finally, we're starting to see the guy come out more. And if you want an evil character, click Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, I think he could do just about any evil person you could put him into.
Yes, you have to go with Christoph Waltz, and he is fantastic in Water for Elephants as the lead, the ringmaster.
The ringleader of the circus.
Yeah.
It's a story about a circus.
So cool.
Robert Pattinson running away from home, getting on the train, joining the circus, meeting Reese Witherspoon, falling in love, but it's forbidden because she's with Christoph Waltz. There's a whole three-way turmoil.
He beats elephants and smacks her around.
Smacks around women.
Yeah.
Gets
all
what's
around
coming to
lovable
him.
guy.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they ever had a problem.
Yeah. So, what are the special features on this? Because
it's
have
just
not looked.
little behind the scenes kind of stuff that you'd expect. Pretty generic kind of special features. We only have the DVD, so there could be more stuff on the Blu-ray. But in speaking Blu-ray terms, the movie is visually beautiful. It has so many colors and stuff. I really think it would pop on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So I'd highly suggest if you were going to decide to get this, to get it on Blu-ray. Water for Elephants, I was really surprised by. I
like the
didn't
story.
love it. I liked it. It's one of those kind of theatrical dramas where they don't get really too deep into all the bad stuff that's happening, and it kind of just skims the edge, but it provides just enough drama to, satisfy everybody.
To me, it's a good story to watch once. I don't know about really sitting down and watching it.
It doesn't really have much rewatchability.
No, you're just going to kind of tell your friends, like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep.
But that's probably about it.
And bragging on the front of the cover that they have Robert Pattinson naked, that helps.
Is he naked?
Naked.
Oh, that's going to sell it right there. He's naked.
Yeah, naked. Not in the movie, but somewhere. It's like an Easter egg. You search around on there.
If you've got the code.
Yeah.
Twilight.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to give that one?
I'm just going to give it a rent it.
Okay.
He's not that great looking naked, so just rent that.
And you would know all about naked guys, so...
I would.
Okay, so last but not least,
I don't
this
know
week
why I would know.
we have on Blu-ray this Snowflower and The Secret Fan, another shiny film that can't really handle camera use. We have this on Blu-ray this week, and this is from the director who did
The Joy Luck Club.
Yes, The Joy Luck Club, which is like a 1993 film, which I love.
The Vagina Ministries was his third film.
Was his third? No, okay, so. Really, really good film, Joy Luck Club. This film, not so much. It centers around friendship and women and that whole trust and bond thing that, they have. There's like an ancient tradition in China which has been passed on through generations, yada, yada, yada. They try to show two different versions of it, like an 1800s version in China and then a modern day girl in Shanghai.
Which was the director's idea.
Yes. The actual book doesn't do the two different juxtapositions. So that... has made it really different from the actual book. But I just didn't like the film that much. I was being pulled out of it a lot. There was nothing keeping my attention really, and it wasn't all foreign. There's a lot of it spoken in English, so it wasn't like, oh, I just don't feel like reading. Yeah. There just wasn't anything to draw me into the characters as much as I wanted, and the parts of the film that they touch on, they don't bring up enough of, like the foot binding, which is a tradition of the 1800s.
Well, they have a giant special feature, though.
Yeah, which I'll get to that in a second. But they don't talk a lot about that in the film. There's also a secret language between two women, as when they're being bound as these best friends.
On the fan.
They really don't talk about that much. They try to hone in on this whole friendship thing, but they don't really get it. And maybe it's because it was directed by a man. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. But
he knows everything about women.
The film just didn't sit right with me. I don't really like it that much. I would have probably just given it like a burn it because it's just not worth anyone watching, in my opinion. It is gorgeous the way it's filmed, but I'm going to bump it up a little bit because there's one special feature on this, and it's a big featurette.
Special feature.
Probably about 45 minutes in length that just goes on and on and on about the film. You've got the author of the actual book in there talking, you've got the director, and you've got all the stars that all come in and talk about what the film meant to them and how they prepared for it. But the most important parts and the most interesting parts to me are when you have the author talking about what she went through to write the book, and the experiences that she lived through, and the women that she met, and the true importance and the nature of these things that end up in the film that they don't really touch on that much. So it's actually more interesting to me to watch the special feature than the actual movie. So all in all, I would really just recommend you go read the book, but I'm going to give it a slight rent just because of that feature.
All right. So that is it for Blue Monday, and we will see you next week.
All right.